Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video we're going to take a look at start collecting Conquest First Blood, and in today's video we're going to look at the First Blood starter set, and in particular the Wadrun half of the faction. Now, in this box set, we're going to talk about all the miniatures that come inside of it for the Wadrun half, and talk about how they work on the tabletop. We'll then take a look at some other units we can use to expand upon our initial purchase of the First Blood starter set, and then finish off the video with a little sample 800-point army for First Blood for the Wadrun for you to use as some inspiration for creating your own army. So, with that said, we get the Predator inside this box set, and the Predator is pretty solid. You've got a volley and clash of 3, 5 attacks, 5 wounds, resolve 4, and defense 3. All pretty solid stuff. Now, he's got some special rules. Fiend Hunter allows him to reroll hits against monsters, brutes, and cavalry. The Hunting Party rule allows Hunter and Slinger regiments in the army gain the fluid formation. Kill marks as well. During the game, you keep a tally of how many casualty tokens are removed from enemy regiments. For every 8 of them removed, this army immediately scores 1 VP. His massive frame rule as well, and enemy models cannot attack through a model with this special rule. In addition, models with this special rule reroll fail morale tests of 6. No time to bleed. A character regiment can perform a disengage action without receiving attacks of opportunity, and his violence of action rule allows all regiments in this army gain the opportunist special rule. Now, he's got some shooting as well with barrage 4, 15-inch range, armor piercing, and the deadly shot rule as well. His command abilities are: if it bleeds, we can kill it, where you target an enemy brute, cavalry, or monster, and then that unit becomes marked. Effectively, you get better at killing the marked thing, and the regiment takes morale test with a -1 to their resolve modifier. His last command ability is Way of the Hunt, where you can target friendly infantry regiments, gain +2 march until the end of the regiment's next activation. So it can make your own units faster, can mark enemy units to make them suffer penalties, and he's pretty solid in a fight himself regardless. So all in all, a really solid hero to start your Wadrun force out with. Now, the other models we got in the box set. First of all, we have the Blooded and Braves dual kit. Blooded have the massive frame special rule, where enemy models cannot attack through a model with a special rule, and they can reroll and fail morale tests of a 6. They got 2 wounds apiece, 2 attacks, 2 clash, 2 defense, 2 resolve, 1 evasion, movement 5. They're all in all just a really solid unit. And so then we have the Braves. Braves are another cool unit. They got shields, so they get +1 defense against all incoming attacks, which is really nice. Furthermore, a model cannot attack through an enemy model with the shield special rule, and a model may not benefit from the shield special rule if they're part of a broken regiment. However, they sort of drop their shields and decide to run. We have Hunters and Slingers as the other unit available to us as well. Once again, that massive frame rule. They've got a barrage 1 attack with range 12, armor piercing, and deadly shot, which is really cool. Deadly shot: when an enemy regiment makes a defense roll caused by a model with a special rule. As a result, inflict 2 wounds instead of 1 for each 6 rolled during the defense roll. Now, Slingers are a little bit more expensive than your Hunters. They've got barrage 2 and a 15-inch range, and the torrential fire rule, where each successful hit from this regiment and generates another additional ranged attack, and then they can't generate any further additional from that though. Now, looking at where we can go after that, of course, we're playing the army of orcs riding dinosaurs, so who doesn't want some orcs riding dinosaurs in Raptor Riders? Raptor Riders are really solid. 4 wounds apiece, 5 attacks, clash 3. They've got cleave 1 and the massive frame rule once again. They've got a barrage 2 attack at 8-inch range with armor piercing as well. Movement 8 is really nice. They're a light cavalry unit, so they're going to be on the game nice and early, able to fast move up that table really quick for you. The Warbred, on the other hand, are a much more tough unit. When the Raptor Riders are fast and offensively good, the Warbred have some really solid defense. 7 wounds for 5 attacks, defense 2 base, the massive frame rule in there again. Relentless Blows is nice, where when a model with this rule makes an attack an enemy regiment as part of a clash action, each hit roll of a 1 causes an additional hit on the target. They've also got Cleave 2 as well, so they can just pound out the damage. Hunting packs are another cool dino unit for the army. Bottom of the food chain rule allows models in this regiment do not benefit from the epidermal keratin deposits faction special rule. They've got Oblivious and Feral as well. They pretty much just don't get to do a lot of stuff. Now, Feral is when a regiment with a special rule is currently on the battlefield and takes an action, and the regiment is not engaging or engaged by an enemy regiment. roll a d6. If the result is equal to or less than the number of the regiment's resolve, you may perform the action as normal. However, if it's higher, they must perform a charge action and you have to charge things. But they do have a decent stat. Clash 2 with 5 attacks and 3 wounds apiece, resolve 3, evasion 2 is pretty solid. Lastly, the Apex Predator. This is an absolute beast, and you're going to have to play bigger games of First Blood to fit this in for sure. It's got a ton of special rules. Brutal Impact 2, Cleave 2, Deadly Blades is another cool special rule. When an enemy character or regiment makes a defense roll caused by a model with a special rule as a result of a melee attack, you inflict 2 rolls instead of 1 for each unmodified hit roll of a 6 during that defense roll. And then Fearless, Fiend Hunter, Icon of Conquest, Tamed Beast, Terrifying 2, and Unstoppable. This thing has 18 wounds, 10 attacks, Clash of 3, Defensive 3, Resolve 4, Evasion of 2. It is an absolute powerhouse of a piece. But like I said, you are going to play larger games, but it's a giant T-Rex with an orc riding it. What is not to love about this model? And so here we've put together a small force, mainly using the contents of the initial box set, which means we've got that Predator as our character. He's not going to cost any points, he's not one of the bigger characters. We then have 5 Blooded, 4 Braves, 4 Slingers, 4 Hunters, a Raptor Rider, and a Warbred in there as well. I think this is a solid disposition of troops. The Raptor Rider and Warbred really give you 2 alternate sort of options to a lot of your mainline sort of troops you have there, with the Blooded and Braves going in doing the combat. Slingers and Hunters can provide some nice shooting support. That Raptor Rider is fast moving and get on the table and start to help you control places across the board nice and early. Meanwhile, the Warbred is a heavy hitter that can help deal with other enemy characters or indeed tougher units from some of the other factions. If you've been playing with the Wadrun in First Blood, let us know how you've been going and what you would do with the faction down in the comments below using the starter set as a base. And so that is the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our cool little community here at Sinful Gaming, you can do so in our Discord server, which is linked down in the video's description. If you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so either by joining our Patreon or YouTube members, both of which are linked in the video's description, or going over to our channel merch store and grabbing some channel merch for yourself. We'd like to give our Patreons and YouTube members a special shout out for helping support the channel and allowing us to keep doing what we're doing. So a special thank you to our Patreons: Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising 8, Cure Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Derek and Bloobs, and to our YouTube members as well: Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny 84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, and Davis Weir. And a special thank you to Lady Witchfox at the end here, because she does all the amazing artwork for the channel. It looks stunning. With that said, thank you all for watching once again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.